tribal groups, religions, languages, dance, and a rich line of traditions that entails detailed family structure and comprehensive social network. Upon relocation, it is usual to face issues of isolation and loss of identity as the way of life and its differences of the new land become more obvious. This can be labeled as culture shock, as food, customs, social groups, language barrier, and the day-to-day routine all need to be processed. For the traditional elders who have children growing up in the Western way, there can be conflict arising as each sees the world through different eyes. The youth may find this can lead to conflict within families, and the divide can grow as the youth find ways to belong within the new social group, often made up of multiple nationalities. Language barriers and education can also isolate parents from their children. Communities are aware of growing concerns between families, so there is now a push to reconnect with culture to encourage youth to know their cultural background. If there is cultural belonging, then relocation becomes less stressful. Africans brings into Australian community an extraordinary number of cultural contributions, and as community groups hold more social events, families are encouraged to stay connected with food, music, and cultural experiences across all ages. This program does not say that Africans are violent people. Vibe Nation aims to say, yes, there are relocation issues, and how the voice of each community is saying we value our members and believe cultural reconnection is the essence of healthy mentalities. Africans are vibrant and the youth want to know their culture. The elders have a lot to offer.
Yep, and the commentator, as you guys can hear right now, the commentator is thanking all the ladies and the mothers who brought their kids to come and watch the wrestle, because he's basically telling them, I appreciate you guys for bringing the kids here, because if they didn't bring the kids here, the kids would probably be at home, probably bored. Some of them forget about the culture, but it's just the fact that the mothers and the parents brought the kids here. That's why the commentator is thanking all the parents and stuff for bringing the kids out here. For example, myself, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't told to come here. I'd probably be out, God knows, whatever, and other stuff, you know? But yeah, so thankfully there's an event going on today. It's a Saturday, but I'm here embracing my culture and doing this and letting people know what we really are about and what my culture is about. So basically, this is to bring all the people together. As you guys can see, there's people from different states. There's people from Melbourne, Adelaide, all the other states and stuff, and they're all here today just for this occasion.
Our culture is awesome!
I think at the moment, as you may know, it's youth issues. But youth issues on the multicultural communities and African communities are not just on the multicultural issues. It's across Australia. It's across the white youth, it's Aboriginal youth. So we have to use all the available resources to find ways of resolving them. Some of the issues surrounding youth are identity crisis. Some of them, they were born in war-torn backgrounds, refugee camps. They come here, they are involved with new culture, and sometimes young people, they are caught in between their parents' culture and the Australian culture. The parents, sometimes they want the youth to focus on the old culture, and the youth are saying, no, we have moved on, we are progressive. And there's a conflict. Sometimes the youth run away from home because they want to be free. And in that freedom, sometimes wrong things happen out there.
We can see how the adults are influencing the youths, the younger generation who are living here in Australia and holding on to their culture and their heritage.
Nidal Abu Kalam Saeed. I am a representative for the Perth Sudanese Youth Group. That means that I and many other young people like myself, we come together to try and find ways to build bridges and mend the gaps between the elders of our community and the youth of our community, because there seems to be some distrust and miscommunications, and we don't usually get along also within our tribes. So we have decided to come together to try and build a way to try and unite each other and leave our past behind and recognize that it is important for us to stay together. I guess a lot of this distrust between tribes and elders and youth and there's no connection between us. It causes a lot of pain. It does cause a lot of pain for the parents because they seem to feel like they can't discipline their own children to be more responsible or communicate with them when they have issues or mental problems. And the youth feel like they can't open up to their parents because most of the time they're stuck in a lot of traditional ways, which is in turn, some of the traditional values are important and instilled in us and are positive. But a lot of the time, traditional views and closed-mindedness gets in the way with communicating with the next generations. And it causes a lot of distrust between each other. A lot of the problems are to do with poor performance in school, and it causes a lot of us to turn to the streets for love or affection because we may feel like we cannot open up or we don't belong in our own homes. So, and the media has picked up on that. A lot of the mainstream media has come in and seized the moment to try and put a negative or portray a negative side to Sudanese youth. And I've seen this a lot, especially in Melbourne, with the whole gangs and the thugs stigma that's been attached to Sudanese youth. And I feel like a lot of this stuff is not true. It's not to do with us not knowing how to assimilate or conform to Australian society. It's to do with a lot of post-traumatic stress, mental health issues, our current community leaders. Sometimes we feel like they don't listen, and that's all we need. We just want them to listen or to try and communicate with us.